Students, please rise for the faculty processional.
Good morning and welcome. Please rise and remain standing for the presentation of our colors and the national anthem, which will be sung by the members of the Sympathetic Vibrations. Please be seated. Well, good morning and welcome. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Rathesvar Mohan, a candidate for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering, and he will be giving our reflection this morning.
When I first came to Georgia Tech, I knew that I would ultimately get here someday. But I hadn't the faintest inkling of how exactly I'd get here. And what a ride it's been. I always knew what I came to Tech to study, aerospace engineering, and I suppose I learned a thing or two about that. But I also learned so much more. So much more I know I could not have learned at just any old school. We all did. We all learned what it really means to work hard and what we're truly capable of. But more importantly, we learned that without hard work, all the talent in the world would get us nowhere. Beyond the classroom, we learned to live as independent adults. We discovered our passions and interests and had virtually limitless avenues through which to pursue them. And we learned to balance all this with an immense workload. In a nutshell, we learned to always get the job done, no matter what comes our way. But most importantly, I think we've all learned a great deal about something we've always been taught is a bad thing: struggle. I think we've all come to learn that in the pursuit of greatness, struggle should not be avoided, but embraced. Despite how it may seem at the time, there is a good side to struggle. It is almost always an indicator that we are headed towards a worthy goal. In a strange way, we perhaps even learn to appreciate struggle. We learn to make our way through the struggle without ever losing sight of what it would ultimately bring. We now know how to look at the thorn but see the rose. And we managed to get the job done. Despite the blurred lines between night and day, the veritable rivers of coffee, the splitting headaches, GT parking, and every other manner of hell thrown our way, we got the job done. Was it painful at times? Was it agony? Good. It means it was worth something. It means you now are something. But this is not the finish line, is it? No, not at all. This is merely a checkpoint. Today simply signifies that we have completed stage 1. Now, of course, we are all glad to have gotten here today and would like a break from the grind. But I suspect that in a few weeks, or maybe even in a few days, we will all be itching to go out there and do something with all we've learned. And having been through one of the most grueling programs in the nation, will any of you let your struggle go to waste? Will any of you ever simply settle for the average? I didn't think so. Today, we do not just get out, we storm out. We storm out there and remind the world of what it really means to be a hell of an engineer. Unless you're coming straight back to grad school, in which case, well, I think you know what that's going to be like. But jokes aside, well done, my fellow jackets. Embrace the struggle. Congratulations.
Thank you, receiver, and thank you, and congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Graduates, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, and friends, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the 249th commencement exercises here at the Georgia Institute of Technology. Today, we're awarding 2,000 degrees in addition to the 700 graduate degrees we awarded last night. As is the case with our institute, success in life is seldom a one-person effort. As we celebrate the successful conclusion of one chapter of your lifelong journey, it's important to acknowledge that you have not done it alone. With us today are many members of your family, your friends, and your colleagues whose love and support have helped to make this day possible. In fact, for some parents today, this is not your first graduation ceremony here at Georgia Tech. If you're a parent of more than one proud Georgia Tech graduate through the years, or if you're a Georgia Tech alum, please stand and be recognized. A special welcome to all of you. In addition, with us today are members of the faculty who have guided and mentored these students, sharing with them their time, their wisdom, and their expertise in order that each and every one of them could reach their fullest potential and achieve this important milestone. Would the members of the faculty please stand and be recognized? Well, I can stand here and try and tell you how important this day is. I think it probably means more coming from the students themselves.
I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my sister for their undying and unconditional support and love. And I'd also like to say that I am so happy that I was able to continue your legacy, Mom and Dad. Class of 89, 90, and now 2015.
I just want to say thank you to my mom and dad for being with me on this long journey. Thank you for your love and support throughout this whole thing.
Hi, Mom and Dad. I want to thank you and surprise, I'm getting my master's.
So I want to thank everybody who sponsored me and supported me. That's Mom, Dad, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, best friends, everybody, strangers, anybody who had an encouraging word for me. Thank you so much. Love you all.
I just want to say thank you, Mom and Dad, for providing me the shoulders to stand on so I can reach up and touch the stars.
Thank you to all the faculty in the School of Biology. I am so proud to be not only a Yellow Jacket graduate, but a College of Science graduate. Go Jackets!
I just want to thank my parents, thank all my family, my sister, everyone who's out here supporting me, all my friends who helped me get through all of the long nights and the hard tests here at Georgia Tech. And congratulations, class of 2015. I'm so excited to be walking across the stage with y'all today.
At this time, I'd like to introduce several members of the stage party, and I will ask that you hold your applause as they stand when I call their names. Dr. Colin Potts, Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. Good. Dr. Jacqueline J. Royster, Dean of the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts. Dr. Susan Cousins, Vice Provost, Graduate Education and Faculty Development. Dr. Archie Irvin, Vice President for Institute Diversity. Mr. Dean Sheehan, Vice President for Government and Community Relations. Mr. John Stein, Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Dean Catherine Murray Russ, Director of Libraries and Vice Provost for Academic Effectiveness. Dr. Nelson Baker, Dean of Professional Education. Dr. Roberta Berry, representing the Georgia Tech Honors Program. And Dr. Michelle Toulier, representing the Center for Career Discovery and Development. Thank you for being here. This is a momentous day for you as graduates and for your family and friends who are here with you this morning. You've worked very hard to earn your degree from what is one of the best institutions in the country, and in some areas, one of the best in the world. And you will forever be linked to this great university. You're well positioned for success, and you can be proud of your alma mater. We continue to work toward our goal of making a Georgia Tech education within reach of every qualified Georgia resident, regardless of family income. We're proud today to be able to say that included among our graduates are 25 G. Wayne Clough Georgia Tech Promise Program scholars. Because of the Tech Promise Program, qualified Georgia residents with the highest financial needs are able to earn a Georgia Tech degree debt-free. Through their hard work and Georgia Tech's commitment, not only will their lives be changed, but so will the lives of generations to come. As I look out on all of you today, I see a group that's well prepared for a life of accomplishment, a life of contribution in an ever-changing world. Not because you've learned everything that you'll need to know in life, but because your Georgia Tech education is designed to provide you with a solid foundation on which you can build throughout your lifetime as you learn and grow. It's designed to prepare you for work, to prepare you to work collaboratively, to identify challenges and create solutions, and to be leaders in business, industry, government, and in the communities in which you will live and work. You're prepared not only to face the future, but to help to design it. You have a wonderful future ahead of you, and all of us here today are looking for great things from you in the years to come. This morning, we're very pleased to have the Honorable Arne Duncan, the United States Secretary of Education, as our speaker for the morning session of the Spring Undergraduate Commencement Ceremony. Secretary Duncan was nominated by President Barack Obama, who spoke here just some 6 or 8 weeks ago, in January of 2009. From 1992 to 1998, Secretary Duncan ran the nonprofit education foundation Ariel Education Initiative, which helped fund a college education for a class of inner-city children under the I Have a Dream program. He helped start a new public elementary school built around financial literacy, which today ranks among the top elementary schools in Chicago. Secretary Duncan served as the Chief Executive Officer for the Chicago Public Schools from June 2001 through December of 2008. As Secretary of Education, Secretary Duncan has worked toward the administration's goal of producing the highest percentage of college graduates by the year 2020. He's helped to secure increases in Pell Grants to boost the number of young Americans attending college and receiving post-secondary degrees. He has begun new efforts to ensure that colleges and universities provide more transparency around graduation, job placement, and student loan default rates. Secretary Duncan graduated magna cum laude from Harvard University in 1987 after majoring in sociology. He was co-captain of Harvard's basketball team and was named a first-team academic All-American. From 1987 to 1991, he played professional basketball in Australia, where he worked with children who were wards of the state. Secretary Duncan has visited schools in all 50 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico. He's married to Karen Duncan, and they have 2 children who attend public school in Alexandria, Virginia. Please join me in welcoming Secretary Duncan, the United States Secretary of Education.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much, Dr. Peterson, for that very kind introduction, and for your extraordinary leadership of this important institution. Both here and throughout your remarkable career, you have brought a visionary approach to the ever-changing educational landscape. And it's a real honor to be with you and with everyone assembled here today as we celebrate this momentous occasion, especially the members of Georgia Tech's class of 2015. Congratulations to all of you. And I'm especially excited because I hear that George P. Burdell is joining us today. And that man is a living legend, and I can't wait to finally meet him in person. Now, as the President said, I understand I'm not the first government official who has spoken here at Georgia Tech this year. Apparently, my boss, the President, was here not too long ago. As you may know, he's a pretty tough act to follow when it comes to giving a speech. But in my defense, I'll say that on a good day, I can hopefully still outshoot him on the basketball court. But let's be honest, even if you give speeches a lot, and in the last 6 years I've given a lot of speeches, the fact remains that delivering commencement remarks is a pretty daunting task. It's a tradition for commencement speakers to offer some parting words of wisdom, inspiration, and humor to the graduating class as you embark on life's new adventures and to honor university leaders and faculty, along with all the wonderful people who have supported you along the way, parents and family members and friends. To do that, I thought I'd seek some inspiration for today's remarks. And while I actually may disagree with him on many issues, I kept returning to a TED Talk the New York Times columnist David Brooks gave last year that really struck a chord. Maybe some of you have seen it. Brooks examined the difference between what he called resume virtues and eulogy virtues. And he posed an interesting question. Should you live your life for your resume, or should you live for your eulogy? Resume virtues are the skills a person brings to the marketplace. All of you here, thanks to the world-class education you've received at Georgia Tech, are equipped with an abundance of valuable resume skills and are prepared to join the workforce. The median starting salary of Georgia Tech graduates last year was $64,000. The parents like that the most, I think. Many of you will earn a higher salary straight out of college than millions of hardworking Americans earn after years of employment. And please think about that for a moment. It speaks volumes about the high demand for the skills that all of you bring to the table. And of course, it's also a tribute to Georgia Tech's emphasis on critical thinking and problem solving. Professors here work to help you discover answers, not just learn them or memorize them. While critical thinking and problem-solving skills build up a resume, the ability to question, the desire to be curious, and to having an open mind are what David Brooks might call the eulogy skills. These are the skills or learnable traits that help to describe the essence of who you are as a person. They help to show your character and the nature of your relationships with friends, family, co-workers, and even complete strangers. Are you kind? Are you generous? And when, at the end, you look back on your life, will you be able to say that you've made a positive difference in the lives of others? These are the things that will define your legacy, not the ability to write complex algorithms or multitask in a fast-paced environment. The conclusion that Brooks draws in a refreshingly frank admission are that even though the eulogy virtues are ultimately the more important of the two, they are not the ones you should be focusing on the most. I think that many of us here today, if we're completely honest with ourselves, are often driven more by ambition and worldly success than by how we can improve the lives of those around us. So today, what is my charge to all of you? Well, I'm definitely not here to tell you to abandon your dreams of becoming successful engineers and architects or leaders in so many other fields. You have absolutely earned the right, after years of hard work and sacrifice, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Your accomplishments are also an important way to thank your families for their incredible support and sacrifice, and to reward your professors for their deep commitment to helping you learn and grow. So I'm absolutely here to say, please pursue your dreams with everything that you have. Today, more than ever, our communities, our country, and ultimately our world need the brightest engineers and mathematicians and scientists to tackle challenges of unprecedented scope and complexity. Your generation is faced with a tremendous responsibility, and it's one that I have great confidence that you will successfully meet head on. But there's more to my message than congratulations and best of luck for a bright future. You spent precious years developing invaluable leadership skills, effective communication, global and ethical understanding, and the ability to work successfully with others across cultures and disciplines. I urge you to use your considerable talents and skills not just to climb the ladder of personal advancement, but to make the world a better place, whether in your local neighborhood, on the national stage, or in some faraway location where the brutal struggle for survival is actually a daily reality. It may sound idealistic, but it is a worthy goal and one truly within your generation's grasp, especially for graduates from an institution like Georgia Tech that stands on the cutting edge of innovation and technology. And there are countless ways that all of you can make a difference. And many of you obviously already have. I'd like to share just a few of those stories about the class of 2015. Brandy Banner and Sam Healy are planning to teach science in the Atlanta public school system. They'll be helping to educate a very diverse group of students, many of whom will have to overcome tough challenges to succeed in college and career and ultimately their lives. And both women will be serving as powerful role models to girls in the classroom who might not otherwise think about a STEM career. By taking this important step and launching their career in public service, they can bring inspiration to their classrooms and literally transform the life chances of children that need more adults to believe in them, even when sometimes they may not believe in themselves. There's also Nick Hill George, who came from India to get his mechanical engineering degree here at Tech. Nick Hill was the president of the Alternative Spring Break program that engages students in public service. This year, they traveled to Guatemala and other places to explore the impact of fair trade policies on local farmers and artisans. And finally, there's Rob Menino, who graduated with a degree in biomedical engineering. Rob has a rare blood disorder that has required him to get a blood transfusion every 3 weeks from the time that he was a baby. But Rob has used that medical challenge to fuel his life's passion. Right now, he's conducting research on blood disorders, including his own condition. And his findings could ultimately save lives and have an impact on a global scale. These are just a few, just a tiny handful of the examples of the incredible talent and drive and commitment represented by this extraordinary group of graduates. And these students are a tribute to the outstanding institution that has helped all of you to hone your skills. From the student-led Invention Studio to the Inventor Prize competition to the enormous Capstone Design Expo, the Institute is leading the way in reshaping STEM education through project-based learning and entrepreneurial experiences. And the Ideas to Serve program allows current students and recent alumni who have early-stage product ideas or venture concepts to launch projects with transformational potential. And then there's the First in the World grant that the university received from our Department of Education in 2014. That grant was not a gift. It was an investment in your collective leadership and creativity. That grant will pilot new approaches that increase college completion and improve employment opportunities to support at-risk students. Georgia Tech is creating the Center for Accessible Materials Innovation that will expand access to digital content for students with disabilities at minority-serving institutions in an effort to improve retention and graduation rates for students who are facing some of the toughest odds. And it builds on your long-standing commitment to diversity and inclusion that is so widely praised and recognized across the country. Tech is one of many universities that are using these first-in-the-world grants to create innovative solutions that not only improve access to education, but make it more affordable, with help for students all the way through to completion. And it's no coincidence that so many students here today have used their education as a springboard to make a difference in the lives of others. Many of you made a very strategic choice to attend Georgia Tech, not only because its culture focuses on academic rigor and innovation, but also because you wanted the opportunities for personal growth and leadership and the many avenues to help and support others through service projects. Today is a celebration of all of your hard work. The tough choices that you made and the challenges that you've overcome are all the more reason to savor this extraordinary accomplishment. In the next few years, you'll be faced with decisions, big and small, that will alter the course not just of your career, but of your life. And now is the time to decide whether your life will be motivated largely by personal gain or by a passion for serving others. This decision is not an easy one to make. The allure of enriching ourselves is powerful. And the key, I think, is to strike the right balance for you between those two choices. When I reflect back on the people who have influenced me the most and who I most admire, I realize they are people who dedicated themselves to causes larger than themselves. The lessons have helped to shape me my entire life because they actually started with both of my parents. My mother spent 50 years running an inner-city tutoring program on the south side of Chicago, and my dad was at the University of Chicago for 47 years. I was really lucky. It was pretty easy for me to see how dedicating your life to your passion can inspire and change the lives of others. In my work now, every single day, I have the privilege of working with and meeting simply extraordinary men and women who have devoted their lives to serving others. Whether it's the attorney who passed on working at one of New York City's largest firms to take an entry-level legal position defending the civil rights of students across the country, or the third-grade teacher who chose the classroom over Wall Street, these are people who made the decision to maximize their impact on society and strive to lead not through their words, but through their actions. To me, Georgia Tech's motto, progress and service, embodies this idea. If you, as Tech grads and soon-to-be alumni, devote your time and energy and immense talents to the goal of making moral progress and to serving the needs of others, then I promise you, you will lead exciting and successful and fulfilling lives. Your efforts will contribute to humanity's progress and help encourage and inspire others to serve and follow your example. We can all, in our very human and imperfect ways, strive to live those values of progress and service every day. In fact, I can't think of anything more important or meaningful than doing just that. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for letting me spend a little time with you on this very special day. You all inspire me, and for all the very real challenges we face, you give me great hope for the future. And I can't wait to see the difference you'll make and the impact you will have. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much, and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We appreciate you being with us, and good luck on the basketball court. Pretty heavy. Thank you. We now come to the time all of you have been waiting for, the conferring of your degrees. The moment of walking across the stage represents the culmination of much work and achievement for each of our graduates. I would ask that after you receive your diploma, you return to your seats and show your fellow graduates the same respect they've given you as you cross the stage. At this time, I'm pleased to welcome to the podium Dr. Raphael Bross, Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, who will introduce the academic deans by college and then present the candidates for the bachelor's degree.
Good morning. Dean Zvi Galil will present the undergraduate candidates for degrees in the College of Computing.
The sleep-deprived candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Computing, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirement for this degree. They are the best. They will conquer the world.
From the College of Computing, Haitham Mahmoud Abu Tair, Peter Andrew Aquila, Haley Elizabeth Arnfield, Orealua Peter Asonibare, Dale Franklin Avery, Stanley Roger Eisenberg, Gabrielle Honey Bales, Cassidy Lane Belmore, Ashkat Patnagar, Jacob Ryan Binder, Edward Adolphus Blendon III, Christian Xavier Botkin, Connor Charles Brickman, Jeremy Brown, Randall Wood Brown Jr., Jillian Marie Cagliastro, Stephen V. Camp Jr., Catherine Eugenia Canella, David Wesley Carrion, Matthew Lawrence Carl, Samuel James Chai, Jackson Chan, Farong Cheng, Kathy Cheng, Christina Mercedes Chu, Timothy M. Chu, Hunter Burnett Clark, Patrick Renard Corner, Adam Christopher Cook, Stephen Christopher Conway, Thomas David Cornish, Mitchell Brian Cox, Peter D. Damian, Brianna Lula Dean, Andrew Joseph Dean, Michael Anthony Danny, Daniel Carretoro Alves Diaz, Chang Ding, Christian Harold Eberhardson, Brian Fachistes, Daniel Patrick Fitzgerald, Dawson Lancaster Fouché, Stephen Michael Fox, Aaron Carl Friesen, Sneha Ganesh, Brendan Darren Goddard, Jimmy Peter Gazenko, Andre Sebastian Geron, Jonathan Says Go, Chris Darrell Gordon, Chong Wu Guo, Chong Wen Guo, Ashutosh Gupta, Catherine Halstead Harlan, David William Hendon, William Glenn Hollingsworth, Ryan Hunter Hollis, Teresa Hu, Jacob Michael Hudlow, Jennifer Madrazo Huang, Alexander Michael Archimedes, David Hugh Jackson, Song Hee John, Nicholas Brian Johnson, Cameron Ryan Jones, Ryan Welsh Keane, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Discrete Mathematics, William Bowden Kelly, Timothy Andrew Kerr, Daniel Joseph Keys, Omar Khalid Khan, Max Ju Kim, Stephen James Klein, Nathaniel Ryan Korzekwa, Stefan Bihanan Koshi, Ashmal Kunumal, Andrei Kurakov, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Sean Michael Lackenberg, Sega Nadine Lord, Kenneth Norman Lawler, Bao Huang Lei, Hyun Jong Lee, Jordan Stephen LaRue, Michael Andrew Lorino, Sean Lin, Theodore Quaudo Liu, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Julio Cesar Lopez, Russell Tyler Lucas, Sanchit Arvind Malhotra, Garrett David Malmquist, Spencer James Malone, Kushangra Mansingh, Ricken J. Mafartia, Varun Maglaya, Andrew John Melberg, Dipan Ale Mehta, Sanat Moningi, Jacob Andrew Morgan, Albert Graham Moran, Abhijit Karne Murthy, Nirvan Nagar, Christian Edward Nash, Evan Paul Norsworthy, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Rebecca Theresa Norton, Benjamin Thomas Nuttall, Ikena Chiedu Okmekam, Matthew Joseph Perengo, Sally Hyun Young Park, Ashnesh Niranjan Patel, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Viral Dinesh Patel, Luis Perez, Bedford Forrest Peterson IV, Eric Alexander Payton, Julian Patrick Popesky, Walker Nathaniel Ravina, Chad Nicholas Reed, Felipe Rocha Roriz, Jill Caprice Rusak, Andrew Charles Schuster, Jackson Tyler Scroggs, Parth Sagal, Ethan Samuel Shernan, Kevin Yitek Sheen, Jin Yong Sim, Kiana Jane Sion, Sam Frederick Skinner, Annalise Smith, Vikram Vakajeshwan Salmu, Ian James Steinbrook, Patrick Brian Steele, Tyler Dean Stowell, Henry Sugianto, Jaimeen Sung, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Zachary Scott Tarvett, Michael Jabari Thomas, Anna Marie Tran, Sheyes Vijay Varnasai, Maxwell Taylor Virgil, Jacob Andrew Charles Waddell, Han Ji Wang, David Mitchell Ware Jr., Sammy Warayat, Joshua Richard Williams, Patrick Young, David Sun Zhang, Guo Zu Zhang, Kei Fu Zhao, Zhenyi Zhu, Bachelor of Science in Computational Media, Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts, Nicholas Peter William Adams, Tasmia Alam, Charles Lee, Rujata Apte, Victoria Olonife Ayo, Alexis Colon Ortiz, Elijah James Cooper, Dylan Vincent Villardo, Caroline Rebecca Foster, Charles Blair Hancock, Ashley Suzanne Jennings, Malcolm Damon Jernigan, Hyun J. Kim, John Edward Losey III, Kanisha S. Luby, John Joseph Murphy, Margaret Ann O'Hara, Amit Shivaram Paduvali, Victoria da Silva Palacios, Erica Lee Kramer, Jessica Lynn Roberts, Catherine Marie Rochelle, Arash Gavami Shirazi, Monica Che Shum, Cody James Turner, Cindy Mei Hong Wang,
Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs and Outreach, Michelle Reinhardt, will present the undergraduate candidates for the degrees in the College of Architecture.
Thank you. Candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Architecture, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirements for this degree and will go on to envision, design, and build a better world for tomorrow.
From the College of Architecture, Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Mariam Al-Tassi, Naimo Ahmed Bakar, Jennifer Lee Blythe, Bob Foran Kuseon, Norwood Robson Dennis Jr., Adisha Dianat, Stephanie Marlena Doughty, Stephen Thomas Finley, Stephen Noah Fisher, Sean Fowler, Sebastian Garcia, Frank Gebes IV, Eliza Perry Gray, Sabrina Hussein, Vivian Hutt, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, Daniel Hyun Kim, Sol Ne Kim, Taylor Galen Kitchens, Wee Gan Lei, Wang An Lu, John Bernard McMillan III, John Jordan Miller, Maria Elena Morrison, Leila Borzagat Mokhimi, Madiha Eileen Nazli, Morgan N. Orvino, Morgan Caroline Painter, Anastasia Polikina, Paul Anthony Reynolds II, Kaylee Ann Sawyer, Candace Achiang Seda, David Hernando Serna Lopez, Katie Elizabeth Turner, Ye Chi Wang, John Christopher Warner III, Colton Michael Whitley, Stoney Elijah Wilbanks, Gloria Latrice Woods, Shao Wen Zhang. For the Bachelor of Science in Building Construction, Gerald Vaughan Anderson IV, Fadi George Aude, Abraham Lael Bagley, Alexander Wise Bandis, Thomas Cooper Bell, Ainsley Caroline Brochet, James O. Butler, Kia Yelida Creighton, Jong De Lee, Seong Seok Oh, Kendall Dion Putman, Andrew Todd Sharp, Sean Thomas Warner, Jeffrey Michael Williams. For the degree Bachelor of Science in Industrial Design, Rachel Lynn Barber, Coco Bartlett, Macy Ann Corbin, Olivia Grace Davis, Lauren Elizabeth Ellsworth, Amanda Leanne Foster, Omar Rene Gonzalez, Rosario Hanon Velasquez, Andrea Gabriela Hunt, Catherine Elizabeth Kenna, Viviana Crucial, Michael Cooper Lehman, Sophia Christina Linebaugh, Hannah Elizabeth Seppels McCord, Catherine Lee Mesquia, Colin Alwyn Noroha, Reagan Catherine O'Connell, John Monroe Robinette II, Maren Lillian Sawney, Roshi Huang, Tanisha Marie Washington, Skylar Daniel Westlake, Ng Yim,
Dean Paul Goldbart will present the undergraduate candidates for the degrees in the College of Sciences.
Candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the College of Sciences, home to bold explorers creating new knowledge to help drive forward the technology and medicine of tomorrow, and also simply to lift the human spirit to new heights, and grateful partners in the spectacular new engineered biosystems building at 10th and Atlantic. Do drive by. Candidates, please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirements for this degree.
From the College of Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Discrete Mathematics, Nicholas Hinton Culpepper. Dylan Mathis McKay, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Bachelor of Science in Earth and Atmospheric Sciences, Ryan William Birmingham. Kelly Bree Flanagan. Robert Daniel Hayes, Jr. Lauren Candace Merritt. Abigail Margot Ross. Bachelor of Science in Biology, Lyndon Ann Abernathy. Aditi Ahmad Acharya. Isha Ahmad. Rachel Sagato Azevedo. Jessica Lee Bishop. Reagan Elizabeth Bowers. Skylar Elaine Brown. Catherine Christina Bullock. Jasmine Alexis Bush. Michelle Ann Campbell. Samita Chowdhury. Alex Barry Costa. Anul Melissa Ferez Pinzon. Erin Kelly Glackham. Emma Lee Graff. Amy Michelle Groh. Samantha Cusino Healy. Courtney Lynn Hegnar. Jessica Lee Helms. Raven Julia Jackson. Kudo Jang. Afton Elizabeth Lorelei Johnston. Anna Grace Curlin. Eileen Kim. Pooram Kim. Diane J. Lai. Alicia Renee Lane. Amanda Nicole Langford. Brittany Danielle Lewis. Ashley Renee Lockwood. Kayla Ann Lookloy. Sampurna Mandel, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies. Sarah Ann Meritich. Brittany Lee Miles. Arian Mazzani. Jane Dayung No. Diana Marie Nord. Jamie Christine O'Donnell. Keenan Elena Overton. Ashton Elizabeth Paris. Darshna Patel. Sakit Patel. Janvi Vaibhav Punarthi. Catherine Ann Reese. Alice Hunjon So. Sujani Padama Sudhi. Whitney Nicole Sweat. Mary Grace Talat Tadros. Emily Tang. Leanne Tuck. Kimberly Mai Vu. Kimmy Wang. Johnsel L. Stevens. Barry Cullen Weaver. Alana Marie Witten. Weejai Courtney Young Weejai. Julie Brooke Wilson. Gibby Yohanan. Julia Zorko. Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Jamie Alberto Alvarez Jr. Peter Michael Bailey. Obiasio Base. Blake Aaron Bell. Evelyn Yan Chang. Woosin Cho. Jessica Clevenger. Margaret Eileen Comaford. Jasmine Nicole Edgill. Kylie Noel Fernandez. Hamid Radhya Habib. Rain Hornegay Haynes. Leylan Montana Haygood. Taylor Anne-Marie James. Jack Michael Coons. Jennifer Liao. Megan Ashley Matthews. Bertrand Mohammed. Alejandra Crystal Montoya. Lauren Grace Morgan. Sarah E. Mosley. Aya Ahmed Mostafa. Samira Omar. Beverly Marie Owens. Mimi Fan. Heather Nicole Roberts. Zachary William Slaney. Emily Armada Talley. Allison Hoyan Wu. Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics. Esther Hyung-yi Chim. Chian Chang. Taylor Nicole Faribaugh. Joshua Stephen Forbes. Jonathan Michael Johnson. Timothy David Kurkowski, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Yang Li. Chen Ling, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Economics. Prera. Alexandra Call Shane. Christopher Scott Peter Siufe. Benjamin Lambert Sutton. Thomas Huang Tran. Daniel Patrick Valdez. Zhu Wang. Yitang Wang, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science.
Dean Gary May will present the undergraduate candidates for the degrees in the College of Engineering.
Candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in the largest, most diverse very best College of Engineering in the world. Please rise and remain standing. Mr. President, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree who have completed the requirements for this degree and are ready to go out and make the world better.
From the College of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Engineering, Patrick Hoy Bohannon. Maya Elizabeth Carrasquillo. Shosuke Do. Carrie Elizabeth Engoron. Amanda Haley Francis. Faraya Hassan. Gina Marie Maresca. Kate Elizabeth McCoy. Marcus James Morelli. Hadassah Leha Robbins. Lisa Bryson Sheets. Leilana Katrina Smith. Jessica Sarah Sproul. Lorenzo Miguel Sayo Tolentino. Bachelor of Science in Biomedical Engineering. Funeha Amin. Caleb Michael Appleton. James Leland Baker. John Pierre Bartine. Marissa Grace Bolton. Joseph Richard Boltree. Matthew Robert Brooks. Stephen Anthony Brown. Emily Brooke Butts. Catherine Elizabeth Byram. Alexandra Elizabeth Calaban. Jackie K. Carithers. Elizabeth Lee Carpenter, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies. Marissa Carmela Casola. Ashlyn Brooke Cates. Patrick Hudson Chansey. Sona Padma Chandra. Yishane Chu. Alec James Clifford. Nicole Marie Corey. Thanvi Pareg Davi. Patricia Mercedes de la Sierra. Brisco Joseph de Mercurio. Jamin Arjun Desai. Maria Diaz Ortiz. Hala El Shafe. Bailey Elizabeth Ernstus. Sarah Beth Ferretti. Sarah Catherine Flister. Vincent Alexander Fry. Shane Gallagher Yeezy. Leah Morel Gober. Rachel Lorraine Gross. Vaibhav Gupta. Kimberly Danielle Haight. Jackson Brooks Hare. Yasmin Salim Halta. Blake Ann Allen Embry. Nazar Ibrahim. Cameron William Irvin. Yenkyu Zhang. Robert Zachary Jarman. Ashley Marie Johannes, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry. Camille Elise Johnson. Christian Arturo Grehe. Edward Jung. Sinju Kang. Sharam Kazami Movahed. Jacob Andrew Caslow. Matthew Francis Key. Cambray Nicole Kelly. Sean Kemple. Sarah Amanda Kalek. Chung-hee Kim. Daniel Youngseok Kim. Sarah Rebecca Kingsley. Andrew Kyle Kolpetke. Samir Kumar. Hyunjin Kwon. Shan Yun Lee. Woo Ya Lee. Firan Lee. Michael Gray Limon. Alexander Gabriel Levitt. Daniel Kwanli Liu. Shreya Mali. Isha Mather. J. Michael McKinley, Jr. Shruti Nazidara Mastri. Pooja Mahapatra. Catherine Elizabeth Murray. Blair Caroline Naples. Davya Kalanya Natarjan, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Biology. Karthik Nathan. Laura Elizabeth Nelson. Gabriel Akinli Norte. Joel Oku Norte. David George Norton. Gregory Matthew O'Neill. Martin Park. Rebecca Marie Euler. Drew Travis Padilla. Shobha Paul. Pang Pang. Catherine Rebecca Pokrant. Angele Paruthar. Teresa Angel Holcall. Inez Rojaro. Ashley Nicole Rivas. Megan Elizabeth Reed. Kelsey Walsh Roberts. Meghna Amita Saha. Hifsa Zanab Sakha. Nadia Sanjaya. Brian Sanner. Andrew Michael Seckers. Brianna Alexandra Shea. Nafiz Sheikh. Pooja Harish Sheikh. Yigbo Shi. Carrie Ann Simpson. Mohit Singh. Alexa Faye Su. Elon Nadine Smith. Sanjay Shuridaran. Mark Edward Stathos. Grant Matthew Stearns. Edward Vincent Strecker. Susan Han Su. Fatiesa Sula Mahidi. Evan Lee Tang. Jackson Thomas. Stephen Anthony Touchton Jr. Colleen Tron. Rachel Wilcox True. Paul Timothy Touchchute. Anna Sophia de Silva Tuttle. Chris Stephen Versteeg. Yoniko Eva Washington. Alexander Joseph Weiss. Caitlin Elizabeth Wolf. Matthew Dylan Woods. Rebecca Ellen Weich. Yitayan Shio. Neilton Yaniz Izaga. Yuying Zhang. He Zhao. Bachelor of Science in Materials Science and Engineering. Jae Wan An. Adela Moonhee Cho. Kivaran Lachelle Daniel. An Antambar Demidova. Carmen Zen Dang. Samuel Carey Dove. Matthew Nicholas Drexler. Avinash Tejpul Gabaran. Pivana Gapande. Colin Gillette Granger. Christopher Ryan Hauser. Anna Nicole Hoffman. Christopher Allen Huffman. Malvina Alicia Kovalik. Lane Letson. Mary Emily Latroll. Adam Mahaffey. Calvin James Miller. Sable Alaya Reed. Jordan Michael Senkin. Tanya Su. Benjamin Briggs Sullivan. Hao Tang. Abhishenak Thumati. Sean Michael Ting. Taurus Maurice Washington II. Morgan Renee Watt. Robert Blake Weber. Samantha Baker Wilson. David Shin Wu. Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering.
Kimberly Marielle Adelar. Rohan Agarwal. Sang-Yoon An. Marcel David Albrecht. Alexander Nicholas Alexandru. Primrose Ali. Jeffrey Spencer Allen. Alan Joseph Almond. Alexander Woods Alter. Jaeyoon An. Nishi Anand. Christopher Michael Anton. Jenna Marie Armstrong. Hayden Richards Asquith, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Ida Ostrana. Jordan Gregory Avery. Lorenzo Clodoaldo Azarkan. Ahmad Hossein Azan. Hei Jin Bei. Abimanyu Bunsal. Carly Rebecca Berdal. Robert Earl Blackwell III. Emily Grace Bowen. Allison Brooke Bracken. Alejandro Javier Cardenal Arguello. Caitlin Marie Castanera. Charmaine Mei-Ki Chan. Andrew Philip Chow. Sohan Chatterjee. Ungad Singh Shavula. Taylor Woodruff Cheek. Alice Chen. John Simon Chow. Sung Ho Chun. Truett Coleman Clark. Helen Cheney Cohen. Nicole Estrella Cohen Guetta. Rachel Ann Conforto. Taylor Amity Cormier. Caitlin Joe Kurtzinger. Matthew Kyle Daniels. Sika Das. Alex Christian Davidson. Victor Manuel de la Guardia Lutchinger. Lady Adrienne Malagit de la Cruz. Philippe Michael Dessain. Joshua Martin Donaldson. Haley K. Drosky. Kimberly Carter Duane. Kirk Anthony Dumont. Catherine Lynn Duncan. Alexander Robert Edson. Jongsun Oh. Moore Epstein. Amelie Ann Erwood. Jonathan Taylor Ferry. Casey Michelle Ferguson. Luis Mario Fernandez. Alyssa Kate Forneck. Joshua Jacob Freeberg. Thomas Bradley Fulkerson IV, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies. Alberto Guidali Guenun. Biva Galal. Sagar Govil. Andrew Richard Green. Mongjia Guo. Haley Elizabeth Hammond. John Clifton Hale. Rachel Ann Hammond. Davis Reed Harrison. Cassandra Ann Hoff. Danielle Lee Hedy. Ansley Victoria Hobbs. Alex Hovansik. Kevin Win Wong. Javeria Javeria. Sameh Junjunwala. Nathaniel Carlton Jones. Victoria Michelle Jones. Elena Sophia Joy. Ashlyn Elizabeth Keller. Kyle Patrick Kinney. Giwan Andy Kim. Ki Hong Kim. Song Kim. Alexander William Kramer. Catherine Jean Cronenberger. Oliver Thomas Shivansky. Kelly Alexandra Kojawa. Rebecca Gail Lally. Tommy Vin Lam. Ashley Elizabeth Land. Nan T. Lee. Veer Handa. Jung Ha Lee. Kong Min Jacob Lee. Sarah Morgan Lee. Yuna Michelle Lee. Stephen Andrew Lewis. Erin Nicole Lightfoot. Alan Jiachin Liu. Chad Mark Lofdahl. Guido Lombardo. Trisha Devon Long. Jason Robert Lupoloff, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Public Policy. Matthew Christian McDonald. Meghna Mohathevan. Kelsey Caroline Mary Maloney. Catherine Olivia Marchand. Laura Williams Mason. Hari Vignesh Masoor. Margaret Ashley Massey. Joanna Marie Matos. Emir Maymay. Caleb Boovey. Charles Paul McCoy IV. Peter Rathbone McGreal. Mallory Lauren McKee. Christina Elizabeth Miller. Zubin Momin. Patrick Evan Nadeau. Sihan Najam. Nikhil Nandish. Charles Young Nash. Shanthani Nayar. James Jeffrey Netter. Kwang Man Win. Andrea M. Norris. Ryan Nichols O'Donnell. Joshua A. Okanlawan. Gustavo Antonio Oliver. Kate Elise Overstreet. Hyun Wong Park. Min-Soo Park. Jamin Bipikkumar Patel. Kiara Shanice Patterson. Darshan Manish Patel. Christina Marie Pensak. Kwok Hui Pham. Jackie Pedal. Jonathan Paul Porter. Kane Punma. Chu Chian. Shua Chian. Surya Rungang. Marianne Roxana Remy. Ivan Rinaldi. Alnur Aziz Rouhani. Conrad Jonathan Ribka. Armin David Rai. Zobia Zaid. Maria Samuel. Molly Catherine Sawyer. Aaron Reese Simungal. Cindy Sina. William Seo. Paul Joseph Shackelford. Neelkanth Sharma. Audrey Ann Schlepak. Alexander Mark Sirota. Jason Andrew Sills. Maria Delourde Silva Wilson. Siddhartha Mohan Sinha. Nolan Wells Smith II. William Connor Smith. Andrew Clay Starcher. Jared Jeffrey Stein. Yunjae Sun. Jonathan Titra Sutomo. Suhao Tang. Jennifer Elaine Taylor. Carlos Alberto Tovar. Gabao Duong Tran. Anne Tribone. Laura Ying Cho. Lori Yokwasiv Tyler. Wesley George Vatati. Kinsey Elizabeth Verdell. Daniel Richard Walsh. Ronald Isaiah Waymer. Jessica Coleman Webster. Shutao Wilson Wade. Channing Alexander Weir. Lisa Michelle White, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Chen Shi. Yihang Yan. Unjan Yu. Adam Joel Yora. Connor Frederick Zent. Bachelor of Science in Aerospace Engineering. Maria Lay Dar Acuna. Siddhant Agarwal. Norqueta Dalis Allen. David Thomas Anderson. Jacob George Anderson. Terrence Siu-jung Oh. Eric John Olet. Daniel Joseph Bavaro. Colin Tate Baxter. Shelby Morgan Bottoms. Marsal Andreas Bruna. Carlos Calitro. Roger Anthony Campbell Jr. Lance Anton Charles. Olive Shelangada. Andrew Scott Coffey. Mitchell Allen Coleman. Mara Nicole Dalton. Nicole Yvonne Davis. James Lucas DiMaria. Raj Atul Desai, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Economics. Rafe John Egan. Nathaniel David Estes. Anthony Marcel Echart. Michael George Fifield. Patrick Owens Fingles. John David Forbes. Bradford Glennon Frericks. Jonathan Elliott Gardner. Ivana Gonzalez. Lindsay Michelle Hahn. Matthew Brian Hall. Robert Allen Hurd. Seth Maxwell Hillary. Christian Blake Hoover. Thaddeus Marcus Bernard Johnson. Keenan Isaac Jones. Michael Joseph Jones. Rahul Joshi. Kyle David Julian. William Chase Kelly. Ryan James Korsland. Banud Kumar, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Mathematics. Taylor Lee Lamb. Kevin Indra Leader. Jong Yoon Lee. Benjamin Luis Leon. Zachary Allen Levine. Brandon James Liberi. Jamie G. Yun Lim. Michael John Lopez. Brian Lozano. Esther Susana Machado. Ryan Patrick McDonald. Cody Ryan McGill. Jeffrey Thomas McNabb. Daniel Alexander Mogenberg. Rothvisar Mohan. Scott Kirby Moore. Ryan Lee Mueller. Michael Connor Nelson. Christopher Liam Guy O'Reilly. Nana Obayashi. Meet Jay Patel. Pritesh Rashmikant Patel. John Winthrop Patrick. Benjamin Pattison. Peter Petkov. Brian Vincent Pojoli. Thomas Donald Pressey. Nathaniel Walton Prestridge. Alejandro Ernesto Quintero. Asim Iqbal Rahman. Ivan Joseph Ramirez. Gautam Kumar Ravichandran. Matthew R. Rowell. Nicholas Lawrence Russell. Charles Russo III. Matthew Paul Schwartz. Roshan Silvarutnam. Olutoyan Omolola Shodia. Samuel Lee Skidmore. Jared Colin John Smith. Joseph Luis Solana. Patrick Javier Hosa. Thomas Donald Spears. Dale Alexander Sperling. Morgan Page Stiegel. Sean Patrick Sweeney. Dhruv A.J. Thakkar. Charles Evan Trader. Sue Cheng. Analuri Villasante. Shez Muradali Virani. Hunter Garrett Wheeler. Brian Patrick Wills. James Matthew Woods. Robert Edward Woodworth. Juan Yao. Stephen Taylor Zitrauer. Bachelor of Science in Polymer and Fiber Engineering. Robert Gillum Irving. Erin Elizabeth Kinworthy. Shannon Elizabeth Kratz. Albert V. Lay. Margaret Avery McKinney, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Languages and Intercultural Studies. Benjamin Alden Reck. Isaiah John Edward Simpson. Robert Andrew Sprouse. Corbin Tudor. Nicholas Robert Zahn. Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. Michael Deshaun Adams Lee. Christopher Emmanuel Aguilar. Ayoula Aide Tonbi Amole. Nabil Aziz. Brandy Alisa Banner. Thomas B. Fisher. Dylan Patrick Baywayan. Adam Andrew Borsch. Rockney Brian Burns. Sydney Elizabeth Butler. Patrick Anthony Chevalier. Georgios Chrysosos. Jamie Veronica Clark. Andrew Lamar Clayton. Jordan Taylor Corbett. Joshua Coulson. William Charles Denning. Christopher Lynn Dottring. Nicholas Antonio Dionato. Sean Michael Dotson. Forrest Andrew Duncan. James Robert Fitzgerald III. Rachel Morgan Galinas. Joshua Keith Golden. Juan Camilo Gonzalez. John Thomas Hannaford. William Sanders Heller. Nicholas Harden Henderson. Ryan Carr Henderson. Jessica Lynn E.R. Gabriel David Hoffman. Wesley D. Hunt. Diane Elizabeth Giulati. Rahul Karel, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Physics. Chandler Ann Klein. Frank Norman Kerwich, Jr. Paul Richard Crabiel, Jr. Weston Douglas Landis, also receiving a Bachelor of Science in Architecture. Grace Lee. Jawai Lee. James Thomas Masick. Harold Benjamin Mason. Kyle David McKittrick. Catherine Ann Meek. Savannah Caroline Miller. Tomohiro Miyawaki. Andrew Bennett Morris. Taylor Chance Morris. Kong Pope Naranong. Jared Hankins Nelson. Haman Win. James Hong Win. Vu Win. Christopher James Nonaman. Connor Jeffrey Patton. James Edward Payne. Kyle Christopher Quick. Seth Thomas Rackley. Sylvia Karina Razzo. Jeremy Renault. Gavin Michael Ronaldo. Jacqueline Ellen Rogers. Leonardo Jose Rogliero. Nicholas Carlisle Rutkowski. Amir Saheb. Matthew Philip Schaefer. Kelly Ann Smulovitz. Anthony John Spagna. Kevin Robert Summers. Alan Ravances Tablada, Jr. Travis Stephen Thomas. Erin Melissa Toombs. Ashley Lynn Van Etten. Alexis Marie Velazquez. Joseph Max Vive II. Herman Yalak Woldemichael. John Tyler Young. Kevin Jian Zhu. Yutong Zhu. From the College of Computing, Tan Ki Kwan. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Sorry. From the College of Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Material Science and Engineering, George Andre Nassif. Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, Aaron Jackson Ruffin.
Will all of the graduates please rise? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Georgia Institute of Technology and by the authority of the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer upon each of you the bachelor's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereunto appertaining. Graduates, to symbolize your achievement, you may now move the tassel on your mortarboard. Please join me in congratulating these graduates. Please be seated. Thank you, Buzz. At this time, I'd like to introduce Captain Wesley Meredith from the Air Force ROTC to recognize those graduates who are commissioned to serve in the U.S. Armed Forces.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I have the privilege of honoring a special group of students of the graduating class of 2015. Will the graduates of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps ROTC programs please stand? President Peterson, in addition to the successful completion of all academic requirements in their respective fields of study, these students have also successfully completed a rigorous training program that has included a strong focus on the principles of academic excellence, physical fitness and conditioning, and leadership, all with the intent of preparing them to assume their roles as officers in the United States Armed Forces. Please join me in congratulating our graduates on their outstanding achievements and thanking them for their patriotism and service to our country.
Thank you, Captain Meredith. Almost there. Georgia Tech alumni are an extraordinary group of high achievers. To welcome the members of this graduating class into the Fellowship of Tech, I'm pleased to introduce Mr. Bob Stargell, class of 1983 and this year's chairman of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association.
Good morning. It's an honor and a privilege to recognize today's degree recipients and to welcome you into a very select group of people, that being the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Today's Alumni Association stands at over 143,000 people who came from many places to learn, study, explore, grow, have fun, albeit that's relative for this school, and obtain the critical skills that allow you to solve the complex problems of the world. We have in the past and we will in the future. See, our journey is one that bonds us, regardless of where we came from. It provided challenges, instilled discipline, created values, and afforded us lifelong experiences as we all sought to get out of this university. I arrived on Tech's campus with the same hopeful anticipation and excitement that each of you did. Eager to meet new people, intellectually thirsty, explore new things, and to have and enjoy the college experience that would shape who I am and what I do. Now, believe it or not, I turned down a full ride to an Ivy League school because some alumnus from this university on North Avenue called and was so proud of their school and said I should come to Georgia Tech. And I knew of Georgia Tech's national reputation as a top-tier university, and it was a lot warmer in the South, so I came to Atlanta. The impact of that alumnus was lost on me at the time, but I've grown to know and respect it as the first connection to the tremendous Georgia Tech Alumni Association. This alumni directed me to scholarships, cooperative jobs, allowing me to pay for my education, opening doors that I didn't know existed, but I happily walked through. You see, I was intellectually thirsty and proud to be attending this top-tier university. The same feeling many of you had upon entering Georgia Tech and also today. All right, now look to your left, look to your right. One of you will not be here your sophomore year. These are words that were spoken when I graduated. Happy to say they don't say that anymore. And I kind of felt sorry for those other two people. I said, I got this, I thought. I survived my freshman year, becoming even thirstier and prouder to be at this top-tier university. But my sophomore year turned into a nightmare from experiencing a little bit too much fun and developing poor study habits. I learned that I was not naturally brilliant, that I needed to go to class and form study groups to get out of this institution. And I put in the work just like we all do. I earned my degree in electrical engineering, and the nightmares were replaced with that hopeful anticipation and excitement that you all feel. Now, that was 5 years later, but remember I was a co-op, so it's okay. I also would like to let you know that each of you will have to go through 5 to 10 years of that nightmare of waking up late for class or final, having not gone to class, or being late. It's the way it is. It'll take 5 to 10 years, but it will go away. Your class is better prepared, more diverse, and has greater potential than all those that have come before it. And you've all completed your own journey that has resulted in earning your degree from a top-tier university and the smartest public university in America, according to Business Insider. All right, now here's the catch. I ask you to keep it that way through staying connected to Georgia Tech. Get involved in a local affinity group, recruit for your company, come back and be on the speaker circuit, and give back to annual roll call donations. Now, to help you get started, an anonymous alumni has actually donated $25 in your name to Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Please keep these donations going forward in the future so that your school will be even better tomorrow than it is today. Stay thirsty, my friends. That's intellectually thirsty. Been coached. Continue to grow, seek new challenges, think critically, and ask tough questions. So you are now a member of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association, and your accomplishments will help this school attract better and more diverse students, more faculty, and it will gain recognition as a top-tier and global university. And be proud that you are part of that legacy. Congratulations once again to this year's graduating class. May that hopeful excitement and anticipation you're feeling now remain with you throughout the many journeys you will take. Go Jackets.
Thank you, Bob. In closing, I'd like to express my appreciation to Harry Sharp, Sharon Lim, and Kara Apple-Silva for announcing the graduates' names, and to all of my colleagues for helping make the arrangements for this ceremony. At this time, members of the Sympathetic Vibrations will lead us in the alma mater, followed immediately by the faculty recessional. The graduates and audience are requested to remain standing as the platform party recesses, and then I invite all of you to join in the singing of the nation's best-known fight song, Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech. For our newest graduates, we have a special treat. As you exit McCamish Pavilion, immediately after the ceremony, the whistle will blow several times in your honor. Thank you for being here with us this morning, and congratulations to our graduates.
O sons of Tech, arise, behold the banner as it reigns supreme. For from on high the white and gold waves in its triumphant gleam. Bum, 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 bum. The spirit of the cheering throng resounds with joy.